is WCXO, Carlisle.
This broadcast is a presentation of WCXO Sports. WCXO Sports, since 1999, the sports voice of the Carlisle Indians, the Central Cougars, the Mater Dei Knights, and the Westland Warriors, presents Talkin' Sports on Max 96.7. Talkin' Sports is powered by Hoffman Supermarket, the only choice for quality meats and friendly service. Talkin' Sports is brought to you by Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan in Centralia. Kaskaskia College. The future's yours at Kaskaskia College. Emin Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City and Hoyleton. Diane Chevrolet in Trenton. McKendree University in Lebanon. Ideal Home Solutions in Trenton. Farmers State Bank Insurance Department in Hoffman. Seaver Brothers in Carlisle. And by Becker Jewelers, with locations in Breeze and Highland, and always online at beckerjewelers.com. Here's the host of Talkin' Sports, Rip Nottmeyer.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Talkin' Sports. Rip here in the Carlisle Meat Market Studio for your Wednesday. Here's what's on track tonight. We're going to talk. In fact, he's with us right now in the studio. From Christ to Rock, from the girls basketball team, Dan Kipper. How you doing, Daniel?
I'm doing great, Rip. Thanks for having me back.
We're going to talk all hoops after break number one. In the meantime, Dan will be doing scores and stuff with us. And in addition to Coach Kipper tonight, we're also going to head up north a bit to our friends from Highland and their head football coach. The Bulldogs had a wonderful season, to say the least. Jim Warnicki will be with us for the first time ever. And, of course, as always, on the midweek edition, we have the Easy on Travel Sports Flashback. It features baseball's Kenny Obergfeld, but right now it's scores and stuff. Brought to you by Isaac Auto Body in Carlisle. See them for 24-hour towing and collision repair. And Dan Kipper is on the Tucker Electric guest mic. Are you ready to play, Dan?
Sure.
Don't have any valuable prizes to play for, but it's just pride, like a lot of things.
Yeah, I can handle that.
Let's start with something near and dear to you, basketball, and let's go to the college scoop. And the University of Illinois, well, hey, so far so good. They're 4-0. I mean, at least they, beat the teams they were supposed to, right?
Yeah, it was a scare with Underwood to start the exhibition games. Not real good against Eastern Illinois.
No, that's right. We're not counting that.
Yeah, I'm pleased to be at 4-0 right now. Yes. I think.
Yeah, that loss. I believe it was on TV. I didn't catch it.
No, I don't think it was. I listened to it. I listened to it on the radio station.
Anyway, I had a few people tell me that, they were playing. I said, well, wasn't Eastern playing everybody? Yeah. Surely they were, but so Tom Michael has a feather. That had to be a little fun, even though it didn't count. But when you win those exhibition games, they count. Yeah. When you, especially against what should be, or in the past has been a pretty powerhouse bunch in the line. They did win the other night, Sunday, over the thundering herd of Marshall, 91-74. I'm most impressed so far by what I've seen and heard about Edwardsville's Mark Smith. He had 13 there, had 21 on Friday. So he's off to a pretty nice beginning at the D1 level.
Yeah, he's playing well, and like you said, everything positive. They talk about how much he's grown already as a player and still so much more, talking about freshman of the year maybe in the Big Ten. Premature talks probably, but got a chance.
You say that, though, and this was coming from him. Well, it was past the midway point of the season last year, but I saw a quote or two from him, and I hadn't seen him play yet. And he said, well, I should be player of the year. And Mr. Bass, I'm thinking, oh, baby, let's slow down a little bit. Then I saw him play at Salem a couple of times, and lo and behold, he was named Mr. Basketball, but he's an exceptional talent. He really is.
Yeah, he is. And a young freshman, too. I believe still 18 years old, Dave.
Is he? Okay. Yeah. He's not 19 or 20?
No, not yet.
Well, the Illini have to dig in for Augustana tonight. Well, who knows? Yeah, and then North Central, I believe, before they finally meet up with a couple of good foes again.
Underwood
everybody plays.
Yeah, Underwood can get to 6-0, so that'll make some boosters happy, I'm sure.
Missouri, and of course we'll get to Porter here in a second, but they just barely slid by Emporia State.
Well, without Porter, I mean, Missouri was awful last year, and Kwanzo's a great coach, and he'll probably get it going in the right direction. But you take him off the basketball team, like Illinois, take Mark Smith off the basketball team.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if Illinois is 4-0 right now.
You take the
without
right
him.
or the wrong player, whichever you want to look at, off a basketball team, and there can be a lot of damage.
Yeah.
They skidded by Emporia by 5 points. That's it. And I would imagine some of them had, or most of them had, Porter on their mind. Of course, Michael Porter Jr., he's likely done for the. That would be a shocker, even if he somehow got well. You know what he is? He's a none and done. He's off to the NBA now without 2 minutes.
Unfortunate. Wouldn't wish that on any kid.
No
love lost for Mizzou there.
No, I don't want to see that happen to. And just take the injury itself out in the situation for him. There is that part of me where Missouri, even when they do stuff right, they do it wrong. Well,
and I don't know how many tickets were brought for the bragging rights game already, but I know Mizzou hadn't been showing up the last couple of years, and I would imagine that was going to be a packed house. Mizzou would have been probably heavily favored in that game, and now it should be Illinois' game to win.
When we talked Monday night, and I saw this Monday afternoon, he's going down to Dallas. Whoever I had on now Monday night, I said that's it. That'd be a shocker if he. When you go see a specialist out of the thing, this is going to get really maybe more interesting because apparently Missouri he didn't get hurt in that game.
Well, wasn't this during a pregame warm-up though?
Yeah, and then but I mean I've already heard rumblings or two where he got hurt in the practice a little bit, and they were so amped up about him on the team and promoting him. They want him to play, and their doctor said he's fine, just some rest and blah blah blah.
That wasn't.
And all of a sudden, Konzo, he gets the job. Great move because he's going to bring Daddy Porter.
Yep.
And then he brought
younger brother.
The relationship could sour real quick too. Who I don't know what it really was, but anyway, the best to him. He'll be making millions next year. The only way he would possibly come back is only because he would be playing with his. But now, especially, he's going to be a top 5 draft pick.
Yeah,
anyway.
and this wasn't a knee injury or anything like that.
He'll be
a vertebrae in the lower back.
The Sixers will take him. They let guys sit out a year.
Trust the process.
Yeah, that's where they started probably.
Yeah.
They don't ever get a guy who plays right away anyway. He'll be. I think he'll be okay. Wow. The Salukis got drubbed last night, as they should have, by Louisville, 84-42. I saw some of that. Whew. But Louisville's, they've got a lot of issues, but not with the team itself. They're really good.
Well, and Brian Bowen, that came out today, he won't play this year for Louisville, but
no.
Same thing. He gets to stick his $100,000 in the pocket, and he was going to be in the NBA anyway. So
he can still go to school down there on his scholarship.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he will.
I'm sure he will. Yeah, the Billikens have Detroit Mercy. I think they're playing a hospital. Is that right? Detroit
that
Mercy.
Could be.
Sounds like a hospital. There's St. Louis Mercy too, isn't there?
Uh-huh.
We've got Mercy everywhere, and that's a good thing. And the SIU Cougars, the SIU Cougars, who actually won the other night, play Western Illinois tonight. Duke's number 1 in the poll. Another year, Duke number 1.
Yeah, that's not right. Michigan State, go Sparty.
Michigan State?
Yeah.
They're all sophomores, aren't they?
Yeah, and he supposedly had his best recruiting class he's had at Michigan State come in. I think it was unfortunate for Michigan State that Bagley didn't play in that first game. Grayson Allen probably doesn't.
I was
go
watching
off
that game.
37 points because Bagley would have been shooting all the time.
Yeah, he's the consensus number 1 already. Michigan State's number 4 in that poll. I was watching that. I guess it was on that game, or I saw somebody posted on Twitter about that game. They said, it was one of the broadcasters who apparently said it. Yes, but Michigan State is a veteran squad. They're all sophomores. And veteran squad, they're That's how it is with a lot of the top-notch programs. You hardly get them to the sophomores with the absolute cream of the crop. That's
going to change pretty soon, right? It'll be 2 and through, 2 years and then you're done. So
I think they're going back to high school.
Well, I know. I think that's what the coaches want. They had the big round table.
They should go 3 like they do with the
Williams,
NFL and
right.
baseball and everything else.
Why hurt a kid if he wants to go and he's ready? You shouldn't have to force him to go to college.
You watch any NBA?
No. I know the Celtics are winning basketball games.
I know. They're going for their 17th in a row tonight. I told everybody that Kyrie Irving was sick of playing for LeBron.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows what happens in May and June, but I kind of pull for the Celtics a little. I really like Hayward to coach Stevens, man.
Right, he's something else. And, I thought one there, too. I thought he was maybe taking that job till something better opened up in college, but he's turned out to be a great NBA coach. Yeah.
I wouldn't have went. I'd stay in college if you've got some people to deal with there. But I think he's a
great organization.
He's a smart
into.
cookie.
He's at Boston. It's not like he's at Memphis or Toronto or anything.
Giancarlo Stanton.
Yeah.
He will be.
I've heard that name before.
He will be where? On opening
In St.
day.
Louis.
Do you really? I mean, they have an opportunity.
I don't know. Again, Buster Olney was reporting if he wants to play for the Dodgers.
I wouldn't
it's
actually.
his.
If I were the Dodgers, I don't think I would want him right. That team is in such great shape.
Yeah, the young core that they have too. I don't know why you would give up on
perfectly
some of those
fine.
guys. They want to bag on Bellinger for going hitless or whatever in the World Series.
Bellinger and Seager, and actually Puig's coming around. They've got. I don't think I would mess with him. I don't think that. I believe he's going to be on Miami's roster on opening day.
Yeah, and truthfully, I would say that too. I don't see them getting anything done. I think the longer they wait for the Cardinals have to go somewhere else. Now, we might have another Miami outfielder in our starting lineup come opening day, whether it's Ozuna or Yelich. But
Ozuna. Ugh.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't think they're going to get if they want too much in the way of talent, players, prospects, and money. They may not get that. I mean, I would keep myself anyway and build around. We're talking the other night again too. It's kind of funny. Jeter, who doesn't have any more money into this thing, barely more than us, and he's paying himself $5 million a year, incidentally.
Well,
what kind of a gig is that? I like the guy, but I mean, they want to
run your show for $5 million.
They want to trim the payroll to $90 million. That's where they've been at. If you're a fan, you're thinking, well, this is what we had before. What are you guys doing any differently?
Yeah.
Anyway, it's going to be interesting. He's probably going to go by. Wouldn't shock me if he stayed in Miami. That's what I'm going for. The St. Louis Blues. They're beyond hot now. At this moment, they're just flat good.
Yeah, they just had on 101. They were asking what Blue are you thankful for this season?
Shin.
And, one of them said Shin. One of them said Tarasenko.
Well, yeah.
I'll go with Mike Yao. I mean, how about him falling in our lap as a hockey coach?
Yeah. Well, he did. He did a nice job in Minnesota.
Yeah, he did a real good job.
All of it, and that's the thing with almost every sport. They're too quick to get rid of.
Well, only one team can win the championship.
I know. I mean, it's not that easy. And if I understand, like college football in particular, all this, it's not that easy, to just pull a championship out of your hat. And the turnover all the time, you start over again, and you're paying 2 and 3 guys to do the same job. And but of course, in hockey, and all of it really, especially a couple of those sports like hockey and the NBA and so many playoff teams, it's what you do late in the year. And right now they lead the league in wins, in points, and and the Vegas. I cannot believe
the Golden Knights.
They are still. Let me see here, 25 points. 25 points. They're 12-6 with an overtime loss in there. How long is that gonna? They ought to be drawing well. I haven't really checked, but
and the fan. I know when St. Louis played there.
Yeah.
Fan base looked good. That was always my concern.
And
you feel with a lot of maybe visitors. Hey, we're visiting out there, and the Blues are in town. Let's go check out a hockey game or stuff like that.
And see, now
it seems like it's going well.
I can see where that's. I've dropped the NFL now, but assuming things overall are better and whatever, I can see where the NFL would work a lot better yet because it's just that one game a week again. You've got Pittsburgh fans coming out there for the weekend they play. I would think under normal conditions that'd be a pretty easy draw. Hockey over time, I think you're going to have to win some games.
And again,
having a fun place to go.
Well, and having a football team may hurt. That's the only sports franchise they have out there right now. So to see everybody pack the place, especially in its first year, shouldn't, I guess, be too much of a surprise.
A lot of money there somewhere, huh?
Yeah.
As long as those tourists keep coming. So the Fighting Illini football team is just brutal.
Well, I hear Levy's got them going in the right direction, though, playing a lot of young kids.
Well, I hope so.
Yeah.
That's another thing, too, that's been a topic for our last week or two. Just here, I said, well, he's had some great I said, well, I'm all for him. I'm for the Illini, but don't you think these other teams are still recruiting really good teams?
Yeah, and
players, too. It's hard to pass.
I'm not sure why they ever thought they could replace Zook. You look at what Zook did. All these NFL players that are from Illinois right now were under Zook's regime there, and you go to the Rose Bowl out there, and I didn't think you're ever going to get a better recruiter or college coach at Illinois than somebody like that. And Levy fell in his lap, and I think it's twofold with him though. Kind of like with Harbaugh at Michigan, he's either going to get the job done and then get rehired in the NFL, and
that's
you're going to start all over.
3 years and out. 4 tops. Now it might be because they don't want him.
Yeah. No,
he'll get his full board because they're paying him a lot. What's he got, about a 6-year deal or something? I like this. Illinois, Missouri are going to resume their
football. But
Finally.
It's going to be home and away games. I thought maybe the Dome was pushing for that since it's sitting empty now.
Yeah.
I thought it would be great to be at that neutral site again. That was fun. But
That'd be fun,
I'm not
too.
sure why you do the home and away, but nice to see Missouri wants to play you now, because they can't win football games. So
2026 through 29. So
Yep.
if I'm around, I'll watch it. So college football, I love that game now over these last three years. 4 years of playoffs counting this year. Yeah, I've really become a big fan of I like the playoff system. I prefer
not a college football fan, but that's the way to go.
Yeah.
I think.
Here's the way to go. Jim Moore, he got the axe from UCLA, and he walks away with a nice parting gift of $12.5 million. Bye.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Pretty much had it out here myself. Those contracts are just unreal.
Well, you'll find another booster to give you more money.
They say it right on this note here, but I still they try and explain how they're going to pay him. They're going to use exclusively department-generated funds, blah, blah. A booster. That means a booster.
Correct.
A rich booster. Are you following the NFL? I know what's going on, but that's about it. I'm not watching any games.
No, same thing. Same thing here.
Golf. Hey, put a little wrap on the pro golf circuit.
Well, poor Lexi Thompson, misses a 2-foot putt to win another tournament. She just had a rough 2017 with some up and down.
Well, she had the one match.
Oh,
that was a
man.
major. She had one, and then they went back from the day before. And I hate that stupid rule,
well,
whatever it is.
Golf, I think this past year, and I don't know if it's
I
next
called that
year,
in, by the way.
because yeah.
No, I
sure
wouldn't
you
have done that to her.
They're reviewing a lot of these rules and some rules changes. 2019, I think they had this committee hired for this year, next year, to kind of research what they want to do with them before some rules changes are implemented, and I think stuff like that, so that doesn't happen.
I mean, I hate all reviews, but this is the most obscene ever, where I can sit at home on my couch in my pajamas with a beer and a piece of Snickers.
That's not even the bad part, because she was assessed twice.
Yes.
Because she signs a wrong scorecard, but really she didn't sign a wrong scorecard because
So she lost 2 more strokes.
right.
Yeah.
So it was definitely tough, but yeah, it's hard to read that handbook.
All of a sudden, my mind went blank. Who was player of the year in the men's?
Justin Thomas.
Justin Thomas. Well, he did
a
have
great year.
5 wins, something.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And he was
pretty good.
He was
real good.
cut last year from that Ryder Cup team, and he was on the fence. They went with Ryan Moore instead, who had the clinching point. But it would have been nice to see Justin play then.
Is he? Is 25, 26? Is he that young, or I'm thinking?
Oh yeah, he's that young,
Okay.
because I think he's younger than Spieth is. Or they were the same age class. I thought they were played together at Oklahoma State together, or Texas.
And I'm not going to lie, I haven't been watching. I catch the highlights of this too, but NASCAR, I have more interest in that though now, since they have playoffs too. It's kind of like the way they do that. The season just doesn't end with a normal. That's it. Goodbye.
Did you see the Dale Jr. or Dale Earnhardt Jr. commercial that Budweiser put out there for his farewell?
I don't think I did.
It was a nice little 3-minute video.
Oh, Budweiser did one of those
yeah.
little, yeah. Don't believe I would have remembered had I seen that, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah. Well, he's definitely was the favorite. He
didn't
could live up to his dad or something.
Well, and I didn't realize how dominant he was early in his career. I think when he had the break from his dad's racing company and tried to do his own or whatever, I think that hurt him.
Yeah.
Once he got out of that Budweiser car,
it
wasn't quite the same.
Truex though, he won 8 this year. I know that. I follow more because of this show, but I know he won 8. And what I like about his situation, he's in Denver. He's away from all the other superstar places, the guys and they said he could never win from there. He only won 8 races.
What do they know?
Champion. I know it. I love when those experts are wrong. I try and keep track. They're wrong a lot, which is cool.
Is that you? Are you an expert yet?
No.
No. Okay.
I'm just below. That way I can't take any heat. And if I do, I don't care. But all right, Dan. Anything else before we talk basketball?
No, I think that's it.
Okay. Let's flip that page a little bit. We'll move on to the next chapter. And right after this break, it's Christ-Our Rock basketball with Dan Kipper on Talkin' Sports. He and Scores and Stuff, incidentally. All that was brought to you by Isaac Auto Body in Carlisle for 24-hour towing and collision repair, and the best. See Isaac Auto Body. We'll be right back.
Need insurance? Insurance you can really count on? If so, turn to Dan Imming at Imming Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Dan and his staff will provide you with the insurance coverage and service you deserve. Whether it's auto, home, life, health, or commercial, Your choices aren't limited either. Imming Insurance Agency represents many outstanding companies, so get covered by the best. Call Imming Insurance Agency at 594-4536 or stop by 589 9th Street in Carlisle. Imming Insurance Agency, a proud supporter of Clinton County sports. Farmers State Bank is dedicated to the communities they serve. They've been making home loans for over 100 years. They are and will continue to be a strong, steady, common sense leader that's always focused on what's best for you and the community. And remember, Farmers State Bank has loan professionals standing by to assist you in making the right decision for your needs. That's Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City, and Hoyleton. An equal housing lender, member FDIC, NMLS number 404955.
Planning a remodel or building a new home? Ideal Home Solutions in Trenton can get you started. Ideal Home Solutions has quartz, granite, solid surface, and laminate, with granite starting at just $49 per square foot. Ideal Home Solutions proudly sells Haas cabinets and specializes in custom showers, any size to fit your space. From tubs, whirlpools, vanity tops, windowsills, you're covered. Schedule a free in-home estimate today, 224-2500, or see their showroom at 102 West Broadway in Trenton. Companies are hiring again. That's good news. Bad news, you don't have the skills they're looking for. Kaskaskia College can fix that. KC's welding technology program can set you up with the skills industries are looking for. More good news, classes are available at KC's Trenton Center or Crisp Technology Center. Call Sean Morris at 545-3406. The demand is there, the pay is there. Where are you? Kaskaskia College, your future starts here.
What were we thinking when we designed the station? I'll tell you. We were thinking it takes all sorts to make a world.
Max 96.7.
Welcome back, one and all. Rip here in the Carlisle Meat Market Studio on this Wednesday. Still to come, the flashback, and Coach Jim Warnicki of the Highland Football Bulldogs Saturday morning. Actually, our only guest, and he's scheduled to be in studio. Former Major League star, the G-Man, Gary Gaetti. But right now we go to high school hoops, and still on that Tucker Electric guest mic, we have Dan Kipper from Christ Our Rock, the girls basketball coach. All right, Dan, let's get to it. Your Stallions, the Silver Stallions, 4-1 on the still early portion of this year.
That is correct.
Talk about the most recent victory, I guess, over North Clay City. A lot of tandems and so forth. That was Monday night.
Monday night. Yeah, we didn't
22. Huh?
We didn't play very well. I was kind of disappointed with our lack of effort and energy. Standing around, kind of slow. We didn't practice Sunday night before. We had the 4 games in 3 days with the Painted tournament.
Yeah,
and we had our opener on that Thursday, so I thought we needed to break, and just slow, sluggish start to the game. We're fortunate enough that we've got some talented kids that are coached well and by our staff, and we got them through it. So we had a 22-point victory on Monday.
4 up and 4 out of 5. Now the Painted tournament, how many games was that? That was mid-November when you tipped that off.
Yeah, that was 3. We'll be back there this weekend to finish it.
Oh, is that how it goes?
Yeah, 8 teams in it. You got 4 in each pool. So you get 3 pool play games. Then they take the top 2 from each and put them in a top bracket, the bottom 2 in a bottom bracket, and then you get 2 more games, one on Friday, one on Saturday.
So you've won 2 of 3 so far. You lost to Williamsville?
Yeah, we had a 13-point lead in the fourth quarter.
No!
Yeah, we missed 11 free throw opportunities there late, and we only had 11 turnovers for the game. 5 of them came in the last 2 minutes. We're even able to have a 2-point lead with 6.4 seconds left, and missed an assignment defensively, and they got the ball down the floor and 2 points at the buzzer to send it to OT, and we fell by 2.
Oh, an extra frame. Where is Williamsville? Is that by Springfield? Is that up?
It would be west of Springfield, I believe.
Okay, so it is in that area somewhere there. All right, so that tournament is yet to be
concluded.
Decided then. Okay. But Mattoon then. So that was regular season?
No, that was in the tournament.
Oh, that was in the
tournament.
tournament.
We opened
as well?
with Brownstown on the Friday night game. We handled that.
Okay, cool. I'm slipping. Yeah. Dietrich
was the home opener.
Yeah,
that was the
right.
season.
That's separate. You had St. Elmo, Williamsville, Mattoon, and okay, yeah. There you go. Still 2 out of 3, but Mattoon an 8-point win over them.
Yeah, and that basically the pools were the same from last year, with the exception of Brownstown. St. Elmo came in, and Stuart Strasburg went out. We played Mattoon twice in that tournament last year. They got us the first time. We met again in the championship game the second weekend, and we got beat by 5. So it was nice to get that win. over 1,000 kids in their school.
I know.
So it was a good win for us. We played well.
You were there last year, and was that the first year?
No, this is our third year in the tournament.
This is number 3, so you had been there 2 years priorly. Who made it? They have an all-tournament squad and everything.
Yes, they do.
I'm sure probably last year was it Caroline and
Lexi. I think they both had it. Yeah,
Lexi Cole.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, very good. But yeah, this is another good group, and you only have. Are you one player shy, one starter shy from last season?
That is correct. Yeah.
Okay, man, but a talented one.
Yeah, and that was I think part of the Williamsville game. We weren't real concerned losing Lexi and Anna.
And Anna, that's right. Anna
we got
too.
Some nice freshmen to come in and fill the roles, but we thought where we were going to miss them the most was their leadership on the floor, and we lacked that late in the game. In that Williamsville game, I think it showed up, reared its ugly head, and it would have been nice to get that. But we need those games on our schedule. We don't play enough of those out at Christ Our Rock, so shows you learn more from a 2-point loss in overtime than you do a 25-point win in regulation.
Yeah, Lexi Cole and Chuck.
And Chuck was at the game Monday. She's tan. She's tan. She's on the beach all the time out there.
Cali girl. I saw her in church Sunday morning. She was the star of the show. We barely got the sermon in.
Yeah.
I think it was about her. No, but great kids you have over there. Period. But so give us maybe a thumbnail sketch of the 4 returning starters, and you toss them out any way you want to.
Caroline's back, Baney. 16 points she's averaged so far this year in the 5 games that we've played, and she's the rock. Georgia Agan returned. She's another senior that we have back, and Georgia's averaging 9. She's playing pretty well, assisting the basketball. Corinne DeBoard, who I thought had one of the best summers out of our girls. She's played really well, attacking the glass, finishing underneath. Hasn't shot it real well so far. She did get one Monday night, which was nice to see it go in. And then Cameron Piron, the sophomore, she's number 2 so far for us scoring. She's averaging 10 a game. When we get her to play hard all the time, she's one of our better players.
Yeah, that's super. You got to have them keep coming up the chains.
Yeah, Macy Martin in and out. Right, Macy Martin's back too. She was battled Anna kind of for that 6th man. Macy's a long guard. She steps into a new role this year. And she's still learning yet, but I think she's getting there. And then Macy Peltis is an outstanding freshman we got.
That's what I hear.
Great ad for the program.
She did real well here at Carlisle.
Yes,
right?
she did. And we haven't seen it offensively yet from her. Again, you're 14 years old playing against some 17 and 18-year-olds, but she has guarded the other team's best player every night we've played, and we don't usually take her off but more than 2 minutes at a time when she might come to the bench for a breather.
How tall is Macy?
Probably 5'9". And that's that's something else I think for us, especially at 1A, and we've only played the 2 1A schools, Brownstown and Dietrich. There's times on the floor we go 5'9", 5'10", 5'10", 5'11", 6 foot. So we're long and athletic. Caroline's 5'10". DeBoard's the 6'10" or the 6 foot girl.
Ooh, didn't realize that.
Yeah, Caroline, I think she's shrinking on us. She'll be happy to hear me say that.
And Caroline, she had 1,000 points for her career last year already, didn't she?
Yeah, her and Lexi both got 1,000. Georgia Agan is somewhere in between 90 to 100. She needs to go to get her 1,000, so she'll get it before the year's over with, too.
Oh, yes, indeed. So Caroline right now, and I believe she's around 16 plus a game, and seven caroms, and assists. Agan at over 6 per contest. That's pretty sweet. And then when you couple that with the steals at over 3.5.
I had to apologize to her dad. I think it was. I can't remember if it was the Brownstown game or the Dietrich game. She didn't play in the 4th quarter, and she only needed 1 steal and 1 assist, and she'd had a triple-double. And I don't think we've had one on the girls' side out there yet. And I didn't. I don't know it. We don't keep it on the bench like that, but afterwards, you're watching film and you put the stats down. Yeah, she had 9 assists and 9 steals in that game.
9 steals.
Yeah,
that's great, man. Turn that defense into offense.
Yeah, we got some thoroughbreds. We like to run and get up and down the floor.
Sure you do. Heck yeah, that's the Kipper way.
Yeah. Right? I don't think there's a such thing, but thank you.
But last year, you went the last 3 years. I'm checking Brandon's column here, and I'm sure he is right, but that makes it 20 to 22 to 26 as far as victories over the last 3 years.
Yes.
And last year, of course, you did the sweep up to the super with the regional and the sectional, and that super tight one up in Springfield.
Yeah, it was, and we haven't talked expectations with this team this year. One thing I hit on the first game was that loss last year. Not to be satisfied with just making it to the super. We'd like to go a step farther, and we've probably got the best team that we've had out there with the returning players, and then the addition with Peltis and a couple of the other freshmen. So we want to stay hungry, and we don't want to get complacent, and we'll go get it.
I do not remember. I'm not even. How did Menden Unity do after they knocked you off?
They went to the state championship game. They had a 5-point lead with a minute 15 to go, 7-point lead with a minute 15 to go, and coughed it up.
Yeah. It happens.
Yeah,
it's tough. Those are it's tough to take, especially in a state title game. But and you just powered your way through the Midland Trail Conference, regular season, and also the tournament too. You landslide wins for you. Correct?
Yeah, we've had that's our third straight conference championship in a row. 2 in the Midland Trail, 1 in the EIC the year we left.
Good old Egyptian Alliance. Yeah. So is that still intact?
No, it is not. Well, on the boys' side it is not on the girls' side.
Okay. That's been kind of up and way back when I was in high school. We played in for 4 years before I came here, but gosh, that was a strong conference then.
Yeah, and I'm not really sure
Olden Patoka, Oakville,
right? What they're going to do with it, because I think there's 5 or 6 teams, because all of them are co-oping now. St. Elmo and Brownstown are co-oped, and Patoka is co-oping with Odin and Sandoval, I think, next year in some sports. So I don't know what that'll be.
That's about it. And there's more and more. So how many in your pro? Are you dressing 12 for the varsity, and how many would you?
That's it. That's 12. So we're going 12.
And that is it.
Mm-hmm.
So 4 freshmen.
4 freshmen.
4 freshmen and Madison Bainey. Who am I missing out on there?
That's Lauren's daughter.
Oh, good. All right. Yeah. I was glancing. Man, where? I forget things now.
Well, you're getting old.
Kip. Exactly. No, you're exactly right. There's only so much room up here.
Yeah.
Not because of the other stuff. There's only so much. Something's got to get squeezed out before I move into new stuff. So that's Matt. She's a good athlete.
She is, and she's actually, I think, leading our JV in scoring. She can shoot the basketball. And I spoke with Lauren, I think, after our first game. With Macy Peltis playing up on the varsity, we don't really have a natural point guard down there. Madison's more of a 2 guard, but we need her this offseason, too, in the summertime to get her to some camps and get her some ball handling and some strength stuff. And she'd be a real good player.
So the conference this year, so you haven't have you played any league game? No,
we have not.
That's all. But you'll begin pretty soon. And are there is it a 5-team setup again?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so Weber. I must not have them on
January
my schedule.
18th.
Yeah, I don't have that on here. So
that's our senior night.
Who knows? Well, then better scribble that
in.
There is a game then. Okay. But the non-league's tough besides the what other tournaments are you going to be in?
Well, we'll be back at Lebanon. We're excited about that one. Lebanon, us and Oakville are 3 real good ones down here south. And
you've got Oakville on the regular schedule.
Right, but we got them coming up on Monday, and Mater Day. Murfreesboro was added to the schedule this year. Greenville was added to the schedule this year. So, we actually had this talk with the freshman and the other sophomore we have that didn't play a whole lot of varsity time on the first day. Because they come from Patoka and Centrae St. Mary's, and Hoffman. We told them our schedule's not going to stop just because, we graduate 3 seniors. We're going to continue to make it tough. And, just because we lose a couple players, we're not going to drop a Murfreesboro or a Mater Day off the schedule. We're going to keep them on.
Springfield Lutheran's always there. And another one I skipped over, Vandalia. So you play.
And Flora.
Flora, too. Yeah, Flora. They've had some good teams through the years, but up and down, maybe like, hey, is this number 6 for you over there?
This is number 6, yeah.
And so your assistant or assistants this year, what are we looking at this year?
We still got
who's around?
We still got the creator of the give and go offense. Give Jack the ball, everybody else
Jackson
go rebound.
Harding.
He's back, and Brian Myers back as a second-year assistant, and then Danny Y.
It helps out some.
He was up there at Payne, and he'll be there this weekend. So a lot of Hoffman guys,
Very good, very good. We'll say hello to all of them. It's amazing, it is. People nearby you don't see as much as wish a happy hello to those folks, and that's a good crew.
Yeah,
good crew. So next game for you?
We play Friday night. We play Central A&M up at Pana.
So you run off that turkey Friday night.
Yeah, I told the girls 500 calories all they're allowed to eat tomorrow.
500?
Then I was told that's like a carrot or something. So.
Oh, man. No wonder I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
Carrots? I don't do those.
No.
You can tell, right?
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. All right. No, appreciate you coming in, talking with us on, of course, on scores and stuff. And we'll be back we'll be back to you as the season rolls along. Have a great Thanksgiving, Kip.
Yep, you too.
All right. That's Dan Kipper on the Tucker Electric guest mic talking about the Christo Rock Silver Stallions, the girls team. They're back at it Friday night, and they're 4-1 on the Young campaign. We'll step aside for a break, and then we'll flash back with Obi.
Visit Breeze Motors to find the perfect car, truck, SUV, or CUV that fits your lifestyle and your budget. Breeze Motors is offering new 2016 Ford vehicles and a wide selection of pre-owned units. Breeze Motors has kept your vehicles in tip-top shape with genuine Ford parts in their service department for over 100 years. On Old Route 50 West in Breeze, visit breezemotorsales.com. Breeze Motors, your family dealer since 1913.
Insuring your home and auto with Pekin Insurance equals a sizable discount. Farmers State Bank Insurance Department may save you as much as 30% on homeowners premiums and up to 15% on auto premiums if you insure both with Pekin Insurance. Call Farmers State Bank Insurance Department at 495-2965 for details about multi-policy discounts and learn what beyond the expected coverage and savings are all about.
Not a deposit, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal government agency, not guaranteed by the bank, may go down in value.
It's Black Friday all week at Best One Tire and Service. That's right, this deal is so good we're offering it now through Saturday. Save up to $90 on a select set of 4 new Mastercraft tires now through Saturday. And only at Best One Tire and Service. Receive up to a $60 Visa prepaid card by mail when you purchase a set of 4 new select Mastercraft tires. Plus, now through Saturday only, get an additional $30 instant in-store rebate. That's right, save up to $90 on 4 new select Mastercraft tires. And for your added convenience and to lock in the additional savings, buy your Mastercraft tires today and you can schedule installation for a later date that fits your schedule. That's not all. Come in and register to win fantastic prizes like Colts tickets, Yeti coolers, and more. Best One Tire and Service, where the best costs less, on Old Highway 50 West in Breeze. Discount amounts vary on tires purchased. Mail and claim form required. Terms and conditions apply. See store for complete details.
Remember what it was like to expect the unexpected?
I never realized it was so complex.
Guess what? The feeling's back.
You're on Max.
We're up here in the Carlisle Meat Market studio. Don't touch that dial. Plenty ahead, including Highland Bulldogs football coach Jim Warnicki. Your time is 6:38 on the dot. That time drop is brought to you by Breeze Furniture, Jan's Uniforms. Let's flash back.
It's Flashback.
Get ready to flash back with the Easy In Travel Sports Flashback. Escape to paradise with Easy In Travel in Breeze. Call 526-2201.
Settle in. This is from July 29th of this year. It's former big leaguer Ken Obergefell becoming the Gateway Grizzlies hitting coach.
Well, we tell this past winter. I know Rich Sojay real well, the owner, and I was talking to Rich about it, and Rich goes, let me talk with Phil, and Phil was excited about it, and I said, this is going to be a great fit, and it's going to be super, and working with Phil has just been, it's been great. The man is so organized. He's so easy to play for. He just lets you play. These guys love playing for him. I love working for him. He lets me do the hitting. He leaves me alone, or basically just says, hey, the hitters are yours. Take them, do what you got to do with them. And it's just been wonderful.
Yeah, that's the way it ought to be, really. And you had been living in Houston for a long period, but you've been scattered all over managing and coaching. And the independent ball, that's nothing new for you either, is it, Obi? You were with at least the Lincoln Salt Dogs as recently as 2 years ago, was it?
Yeah, I was with Lincoln for 3 years.
3 years. Before
that, when I retired from playing, I retired after the 92 season. I took a couple years off to work on my golf handicap. It didn't get any better, no. So I better get back to work. And I got into independent ball, and it was a Northeast League. I was in Elmira, New York, and worked there for a couple years, and then worked in Newark one year and then got the job in Lincoln. So I love independent ball. That's great.
Get low prices every day when you shop your hometown proud Carlisle IGA. Carlisle IGA has been family-owned since 1983, proud to serve this community. Select from quality choice meats from the outstanding meat department. Stock up at the deli and find low prices in every aisle. Carlisle IGA has the best fried chicken in town. Carlisle IGA appreciates your business and could make you a big winner each week with bankroll. And don't forget Carlisle IGA Catering. Call 594-3415.
Seaver Brothers has what you're looking for. Take a spin with Seaver Brothers and drive home in your new or pre-owned Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, or Dodge truck today. Let Seaver Brothers give you the car buying experience that no other dealership can offer. Seaver Brothers stands behind their products and also has an outstanding service department with qualified technicians to keep your vehicles running strong. Stop by Seaver Brothers, 811 Washington Street in Carlisle, or call 594-2624 for your next Seaver Brothers sales associate.
Reverman Chiropractic in Breeze would like to say thank you to our patients, staff, and local healthcare professionals for their continued support and cooperation as we celebrate 10 years in business. At Reverman Chiropractic, our focus is to work with you, the patient, and your other healthcare providers to deliver the best and most effective care possible. Please take advantage of our evening and weekend hours and call 526-4700 to schedule an appointment with Dr. Craig Reverman or Dr. Travis Isaac.
Get unhungry for only $5 at your Breeze and Carlisle Hardee's. Dig into the $5 All-Star Meal with 4 different meals to choose from, like the Charbroiled Double Cheeseburger and Onion Rings with natural cut fries, a fresh baked chocolate chip cookie, and a 20-ounce drink. Pick a $5 All-Star Meal today from your Breeze and Carlisle Hardee's, plus the entire Red Burrito menu. Get unhungry at your Breeze and Carlisle Hardee's.
Do you mind if I turn on the radio?
The music is great and it doesn't cost anything.
It's Max 96.7.
Hey, sports fans, Rip here at the Carlisle Meat Market Studio. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you. As we're on Thanksgiving, have a good one tomorrow and through the weekend. You know, well, some places when you go to buy a car, it kind of does suck, right? It does not at Dine Chevrolet. For one thing, they respect your time. You don't have to be there for hours upon hours unless you want to hang out, enjoy some popcorn or coffee. They got all that too. But they'll get to know your needs and help you find the very right vehicle for you, and you can make what's going to be an informed decision. Financing options are easy too, and there's absolutely no pressure to buy. That's big. They work for you. See Dine for your next vehicle and see how easy it is to get behind that wheel of your choice. It can be that at Dine Chevrolet, DineChevrolet.com. We have to pause once more, and then it's Bulldogs football coach Jim Warnicki on Talkin' Sports.
When's the last time you had your eyes checked? Schedule an eye exam today at Breeze Family Vision Center or Lebanon Optometric Center. I'm Dr. Claire Thorpe-Klinsky, and if it's been more than a year, you might need a new prescription. If you use a computer regularly or are suffering from allergies, those both can be causes of eye strain or fatigue. Schedule a complete eye health exam today to find out if your eyes are healthy. We may be able to detect glaucoma and other eye diseases early. At Breeze Family Vision and Lebanon Optometric Center, we examine more than just your vision.
If you're looking for Nissan quality, be sure to check out what Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan and Centralia has to offer. Munkins has the entire field covered with a great lineup of Nissans, including Maximas, Altimas, and Sentras, SUVs and crossovers, and Titan and Frontier trucks. And you can relax when you shop Munkins because you know you're getting the better deal every time, along with terrific service after the sale. For your Nissan, log on to Munkin1.com, or better yet, visit Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan in person, Route 161 West in Centralia.
McKendree University is a great place to continue your sports career. It's also a great place to continue your education. McKendree offers a wide range of degrees, including master's degrees in business, nursing, education, and professional counseling. If you'd like, you can access McKendree's quality education through the flexibility of online degrees. To learn more about McKendree, log on to McKendreeOnline.com or call 1-800-BEARCAT. McKendree University is ready when you are.
For a truly affordable and all-inclusive senior living experience unlike any other, come to Legacy Place in Breeze, offering exceptional and professional care. Legacy Place delivers kindness and compassion to residents with independent, assisted living, or memory care services. Legacy Place offers luxurious and comfortable home-like living with fireplaces, activity areas, cafes, salons, and much more. Call 526-9600 for a free tour at Legacy Place.
Welcome to our music warehouse. Lucky you're not the one who has to refile all these CDs. Playing everything.
You've got Max 96.7.
We are back for the last fling rip here in the Carlisle Meat Market studio. We've had a double dose of Dan Kipper and Obi Kent Oberkfell. He dazzled us too on the sports flashback. But right now, it's all up to the Tucker Electric guest line for one more time, and we direct our attention to the Highland Bulldogs and their coach, their football coach, Jim Warnicki. Jim, welcome to Talkin' Sports here in Carlisle.
Hey there, Rip. Thanks for having me on.
Yes, and congratulations on a terrific season. Of course, that's just the nature. You want to win. I realize you would prefer to be tuning up for a 4A state championship game, but 12-1, that is some consistency. That is some run.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I think going into the year we had real high expectations with this group, and we felt that a long trip in the postseason was definitely something that we were looking forward to.
What did you finish? How did you finish a year ago, Jim?
Say that again.
In 2016, what was your overall mark? Overall record.
I believe we were 9-2.
9-2.
We lost our first game of the season against Cahokia, and then we won every game after that. And we finished up in the second round and lost to Metamora in the second round of the playoffs last year.
Oh, Metamora, yeah. And in Rochester, in the Rockets, you got beat by a rock-solid program. That's basically a dynasty. And then you had to play them up there on top of that, so that's doubly tough.
Yeah, you're going to get the state championship through 4A. I don't care who you are. You pretty much assume you got to go through that team.
Yes.
So, you got to give them all the credit in the world. They're a fantastic program. Coach does a great job with them over there. 6 out of the last 7 years won the state championship. But I think going into the game, Rip, it wasn't about them for us. It was about us. And,
True.
And all the work we put into throughout the season, I was real proud of how confident our boys were all throughout that game week and going into the game. They truly believed that they were going to win that football game. We believed it as a staff, and that's half the battle a lot of times when you're playing a team of that caliber.
It simply took you and they had a lot to say about that. Their defense and such, but took you too long to get untracked, and they were up at the halftime break by 3 touchdowns. Yeah,
I don't care if it's game in a regular season or a first round game or a semifinal game. You have some issues that we had, which are uncharacteristic of us all year long. 3 center quarterback exchange issues. You just can't. That's a pretty tough thing to overcome in any game, much less a semifinal game. Against a team like that, felt like we were playing behind the sticks all game, really.
Yeah, the final was 34-21, correct? And you've tallied a ton of points on the season. I went through it quickly, so I'm not sure if I clicked exactly right, but I came up with about 66, 67 points per game. That's lofty numbers there, Jim.
Yeah, and it's it's not your goal going into each game, but just an explosive offense. I think this year, we had some incredible players on both sides of the ball that, defensively they get the ball right back to us, and offensively just guys that were playmakers. And, I think as a staff, that was the biggest thing we tried to do each week in the preparation was try to get the ball in the hands of those guys as much as we could. And, sometimes our DC and our defensive players, they think they'd appreciate if we took a little more time off the clock, give them a little bit more of a rest. But, it's just not the way it worked out. So.
You were a quick strike club, and 4 times you went over 60. Once you get 77 points the game before the finale there. But what were the biggest problems that Rochester posed on defense? I mean, how did they, shut you guys down some?
Yeah, I mean, I want to be, I want to be fair and give credit where it belongs. I felt their blitz got this. Something we were great at all year long. I think we allowed 2 sacks all season long with a 3,000-plus yard passer. So we felt real good going into the game with their blitz package and how we're going to pick it up. And they put a couple different wrinkles in there, and we struggled picking them up at times, and that hurt. But Rip, a lot of it was just us not being us, and surely that had a lot to do with your opponent. There's no doubt about it. But I felt that there was things that we could have done. It's just tough to get things done when you're behind the sticks and you're 2nd and 15 and third and 12, 3rd and 14 consistently, and then you put the weather on top of that too, where it obviously makes it a little more challenging to convert on situations like that in windy, wet conditions. So
the wind's worse than anything, probably. That stuff can really create havoc. But yeah,
it was pretty bad.
I don't. The thing is, and I know you're really proud for the whole campaign, but even in this game, again, you didn't quit. You didn't run and hide.
No.
You battled. You stayed in there, scored a couple of late touchdowns, and got it within striking distance. So you were there at the game's end.
Yeah. I mean, this group, they're not going to give up, and that's been the case with any Highland football team we've ever had. These are great kids, and they play through to the end. I think in the third quarter, you saw us put a couple drives together, and that was, we were controlling the tempo of the game, and that's kind of what we do, and that's how we've done it all year long. And it's just unfortunate that we weren't able to execute on a consistent level through 4 quarters the way we have all year long.
Brady Feldman, one of your star backs, I guess the star running back, he ended up with a couple of touchdowns, right? And clue us in on his entire season a little bit, Jim. Some great stats there.
Yeah, Brady's a junior for us, so the great thing about him, we're going to have him back next year to senior, along with a couple other guys, quite a few guys actually. But he was kind of a dual threat kid out of the backfield for us this year. Could run the ball, could catch the ball, and he's typical of a lot of Highland backs. Not the fastest guy you'll come across, the strongest guy, but just really crafty, very intuitive, knows the game of football, and he competes at the highest level, and there's really no game that's ever too big for him. And that's a pretty good description of Brady Feldman and what he is for our football team.
He marked up 23 touchdowns on the ground, and then tacked on 9 more catching passes.
Yeah.
And your QB, he could dash a little bit too, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I think Garrett. We could talk all night long about him and what he did throughout his career here. Obviously capping his career off with a season like he had this year, being named the All-State team. I think he wound up ending. I think going into the game, he had something like 42, 43 touchdowns and 1 interception, and obviously he threw 2 in that semifinal game. But just a humble kid, and he started for us since he's been a sophomore. We felt this year was really his year. He had a lot of weapons around him, and games really slowed down in this 3rd year of varsity football. I think he proved it week in, week out. He did some special things this year. I think shattered some records in our high school.
Boy, he had
to. On top of all of it, Rip, I mean, at the end of the day, he's a kid that, you see him walking down the hallway and you wouldn't notice anything different. I mean, he's just humble as could be, and
love it.
And it's just great kid.
3,363 passing yards plus the gains on the ground. This is just 42 TD strikes.
Yeah. I mean, the stats kind of speak for themselves a little bit. A lot of that is you're not talking about playing 4 quarters there. A lot of times there's 2.5 quarters of football games that he's doing that stuff in. So that's what makes it even that much more outstanding. But he'll be the first one to give credit to his teammates. But as his coach, I can give a lot to him. He's a lot of that's contributed to his preparation that he put in this year as a senior. And just knowing where to go with the football at all times, and just he's a special kid. I don't know much more I can say about that. You know, he's. I wish we had him one more year.
Yes. The Highland Grid coach Jim Warnicki is with us, but yes, and the O-line's the real big thing, the actual key. But he's got, I mean, a lot of kids pitched in on the receiving end, didn't they? And a lot of catches, a lot of receptions there, touchdowns, and. Hey, tell us a little bit. He had this particular Cameron Altadonna. He has some ties to our area. What about his season for you guys? And you had others with more.
I think I'm glad you brought him up, Rip, because I think Cameron is a perfect example of why this team. You know, you have the big stat guys that you've already talked about, but I think Cameron Altadonna is a perfect example of why our team did what it did this year. You know, just selfless, and he's probably one of the most selfless people we have on this football team. You know, I mean, he's a kid that, you know, he's not going to have 5-10 catches a game, but he's going to do everything that's asked him. He's going to do his job. And whether it be him or Dylan Shaw, who was opposite him at the slot receiver, or Jacob Willis, you know, no doubt about it, Sam Laporta was our man this year on offense, catching the ball. Yeah. But those other three guys, what they did blocking and for each other and picking up when they doubled up on Sam, just the best. I can say this without a doubt, the best overall wide receiving core I've ever had.
I believe
it's just about how they went about their business every day.
And it is more than just stats, but you have some players with some staggering numbers offensively, and I'm sure you had some guys who packed a punch on defense too. I mean, it was a total. You were 12-1. I know you didn't get that last one with a chance to get the very last game in, but very few schools do. And you just dominated all season long, including the first 3 postseason games. The only team that gave you a battle was Triad out of the conference until you hooked up with Rochester.
Yeah. I mean, Triad, you know, they're year in, year out. They've got about one of the most stingiest defenses you can have around here. I felt a big part for us early in the year was playing some really athletic teams right out of the gate. You know, we had Alton, who's a 7A school, Belleville East, the 8A school, and then Marion, who's, you know, one of the premier 5A schools in the southern part of the state. I thought that was a good start for us and really getting us some good talent level to look at and play against and really set us up for the rest of the season. But, you know, the other thing was, Rip, we talked about as a program, you know, with this group of kids that we have as a special group, and, you know, we felt that, you know, we don't make it to the semifinals at the least. You know, it's something that as a staff we got to reevaluate things. So it's you know, we've had a lot of success over the last couple of years in our program, but, you know, we're ready to take it to another level. And I think the biggest thing that we preach as a team this year is do something that this program's never done before.
There you
know,
go.
Since I've been head coach, and that's getting the semifinals, I was extremely proud. I think you ask any of these boys, you know, they'd rather be on that practice field right now than doing the other things that they're doing. But you know, that's how it works out sometimes.
How long have you been coaching at Highland now, Jim?
This wrapped up my 7th year at Highland.
7th year, and it's playoff bound year after year. I'm sure you have more than definitely over that period that have been playing some college ball. And who off this team is going to go on to the college gridiron?
Well, it's uncertain at this point. I'm most definitely Kyle Lane. He's our 4-year starter, middle linebacker, inside linebacker. He's got an offer from McKendree. I think there's a couple others out there that are close to tying him up. But you know, he's a guy we definitely expect to see at the next level. And then past that, we're kind of wait and see. I think some of these kids are just trying to feel out the interest on them, but. You know, the thing about kids in Highland, and I equate it to Clinton County a little bit too, you know, a lot from good families, and they got a lot of other options that they can do, you know, past graduation. So it's, you know, it's not like you see from the inner city or something like that, where, you know, some of their only chances to get out is to play college football. So, you know, I would say over the years, not a whole lot of big numbers of our kids going to play at the collegiate level, but obviously, had Tanner Farmer, who's currently playing in Nebraska right now.
That is right. Yeah. What year is he in? Is he a fresh sophomore? He's young,
Tanner
right?
Tanner is I think he's a redshirt junior.
Oh my goodness, time flies. I remember.
Yeah, he's starting at right guard for them. He's done a hell of a job this year.
Fantastic. Yeah. Yeah, but they've got some options of what you're saying in other sports and beyond that, just in the classroom and so forth. So that is all good. Well, hey Jim, appreciate your time coming on tonight. Wanted to touch base with some of our friends to the north there. You had just an incredible season, and keep it going. Okay, continued success to you.
I appreciate it, Rip. You have a happy Thanksgiving.
The same to you and yours. Appreciate it. Thanks.
All right, take care. Bye.
That's Jim Warnicki from the Highland Bulldogs. We thank him again, and Dan Kipper, who he did doubleheader work for us tonight. So all right. What else? Oh yeah, Saturday morning we return, and our lone guest, I believe this packs a pretty good punch. It's baseball's Gary Gaetti. Trivia too. That's Saturday morning between 9 and 10 on Talkin' Sports, Real Sports Talk on Max 96.7 WCXO.
Talkin' Sports on Max 96.7 was powered by Hoffman Supermarket, the only choice for quality meats and friendly service. Talkin' Sports was brought to you by Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan and Centralia. Kaskaskia College, the future's yours at Kaskaskia College. Emin Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City and Hoyleton. Diane Chevrolet in Trenton. McKendree University in Lebanon. Ideal Home Solutions in Trenton. Farmers State Bank Insurance Department in Hoffman. Seaver Brothers in Carlisle. And by Becker Jewelers, with locations in Breeze and Highland, and always online at beckerjewelers.com. Thank you for joining us for this WCXO sports presentation of Talkin' Sports on Max 96.7. This broadcast was a presentation